Today we're breaking down an expansion that divided the player base at launch, but is now returning to our screens in a whole new light. This is Mists of Pandaria Classic, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's kick things off with what Mists of Pandaria got right, and in many ways very right: the world and atmosphere. Pandaria is, to this day, one of the most visually and emotionally immersive continents Blizzard has ever created. From the misty green setting of Jade Forest to the windswept peaks of Kunlai Summit and the eerie silence of the Dread Wastes, each zone tells a story not just through quests, but through art direction and music. Players remember how fresh the world felt. One fan called it the prettiest expansion by far. Vibrant colors, crisp design, and a soundtrack that just hits you in the soul. The story. Instead of cataclysms or cosmic threats, Pandaria was deeply personal. The expansion asked, what does war do to us? The Horde versus Alliance conflict escalated, but the heart of the story lay in the characters. Terranju, Chen Stormstout, and the Shadowpan. It was a narrative full of patience, peace, and power, and for many, it was a refreshing change of pace. The Monk class and Pandaren race. Monks were a home run. With their fluid animations, hybrid specs, and energy-based mechanics, the class felt fast, responsive, and uniquely their own. And the Pandaren race, controversial at first, ended up being one of the most nuanced and culturally rich additions. Their starting zone, the Wandering Isle, is still held up as one of the best intros in WoW. Systems and features. Mists was packed with content. Pet battles gave collectors and casual players something relaxing and fun to dive into. Challenge mode dungeons rewarded skill, timing, and coordination. Scenarios brought quick bursts of story without the raid commitment. And let's not forget the flex raid system, a huge step forward for accessibility, allowing variable raid sizes and better group coordination. Music and ambience. From the tranquil strings in Valley of the Four Winds to the chilling themes of the Shah, it had one of the most beloved soundtracks in WoW history. For many, just hearing those melodies again brings back memories of peaceful questing or emotional cinematics. The bad. Unfortunately, it wasn't all Zen Gardens and enlightenment. Mists had some big missteps, especially in its live service structure. The daily grind, the biggest pain point. Dailies. Hundreds of them. Reputation was locked behind them. Gear upgrades required them, and if you wanted to raid competitively, you had to grind them. The Klaxi, the August Celestials, the Golden Lotus, it was a daily overload, and it burned people out fast. Then there was Siege of Orgrimmar, an amazing raid, narratively and mechanically, but it lasted for nearly 14 months. Our players were stuck farming the same tier for over a year. It became a running joke in the community. Siege of Orgrimmar, more like Siege of Our Sanity. The theme backlash. The Pandaren theme turned off a lot of players at the time. Blizzard's art team delivered a beautiful culture, but many players couldn't look past what they saw as a Kung Fu Panda joke. The backlash was harsh. For some, the pandas symbolized WoW losing its edge. System clunkiness. Some of the new systems like challenge mode gear normalization or time-gated rep unlocks felt half-baked, and early talent tree changes were jarring for longtime players adjusting to a new spec system. The ugly. The things that weren't just flawed, but that actually left a stain on MoP's legacy. The meme backlash. The reveal of Mists of Pandaria at BlizzCon 2011 was one of the most mocked in WoW history. Players laughed. Kung Fu Panda MMO. It became a meme overnight. That branding mistake really stuck. It overshadowed the expansion's deep themes of balance, inner struggle, and war's cost. Then there's the declining population. Even though MoP sold 2.7 million copies in its first week, it saw a notable subscription drop-off. From the 12 million Cataclysm peak, MoP dipped under 10 million by early 2013. It wasn't a failure, but the downward trend began here. Graphical inconsistencies. While the world design was beautiful, some assets, particularly mob models and gear textures, felt dated. Critics called parts of it muddy or PS2 tier. For an expansion that emphasized beauty, it occasionally stumbled on fidelity. So where does that leave us? Mists of Pandaria wasn't perfect, but it aged better than I think anybody expected. And now with MoP Classic launching in July 2025, it returns to an audience that finally gets it. players have grown to appreciate what it brought: a calm before the cosmic storms, a focus on character, conflict, and culture, and some of the most thoughtful systems WoW ever introduced. Many now rank it among the top 3 expansions, up there with Wrath and Legion. In hindsight, Mists was never the problem, it was just ahead of its time. So are you excited for Pandaria Classic? Will you be rolling a monk, revisiting the farm, or finally finishing those challenge modes? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe for more WoW retrospectives, and as always, stay curious, stay critical, and above all, stay luminous.